Welcome viewers to Saturday, September 21st edition of 284 News. I am Jacques Wooding, bringing you our top stories from this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin with news that Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley and Deputy Premier Honorable Lorna Smith, OBE, provided updates to the territory on Monday following their visit to the United Kingdom last week. Among developments, Premier Wheatley noted that the Order in Council will remain in effect following this trip, despite plans to have it removed. While the Order in Council remains in effect, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley believes that its lingering pressure on the British Virgin Islands may soon be lifted as he prepares to write a request to the new Overseas Territories Minister requesting just that.
There's a new UK government led by Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Keir Starmer, and the political composition of the UK Parliament has considerably changed, heavily favouring Labour. There are many new members of Parliament, as well as new committee and subcommittee chairs. This dramatic shift in British politics and the appointment of a new Foreign Secretary, the Right Honourable David Lammy, a new Minister for the Overseas Territories, prompted me to lead a delegation to London to directly engage the new OT Minister and UK parliamentarians to ensure they are aware of our interests, needs, and desire for a new modern partnership between the UK and the Virgin Islands based on consultation, democracy, sustainable development, climate resilience, and self-determination. I will officially write to the Minister to request that the Order in Council is lifted once the House of Assembly passes the last governance reform bill. I will encourage the UK to keep to its word as we strive to build a new modern partnership between the UK and Virgin Islands on the basis of consultation, democracy, sustainable development, climate resilience, and self-determination.
This after sharing with the press the intentions of the Overseas Territories Minister to visit the British Virgin Islands in November. The intention of the trip for him to make assessments in this area.
I updated the Minister on the good work and dedication of everyone involved to get us to the end point of the process. I confirm that there is one governance reform left to be implemented that the House of Assembly will complete upon my return. The Minister is looking forward to receiving an update when that is done. He also looks forward to the various bills that the House of Assembly has passed, going through their final checks and receiving assent by the Governor. I raised the question of lifting the Order in Council, which the UK has tied to implementing the governance reforms. However, the Minister wishes to visit the Virgin Islands, as was done by the previous 3 OT ministers, so that he can make his own assessment and recommendation. The earliest his schedule will permit travel to the territory is November. The Governor and Deputy Premier were both present for the meeting, as well as my Chief Advisor, Mr. Kedrick Malone, as well as Ms. Ayana Glasgow.
For 284 News, I am Jacques Wooding. Meanwhile, the potential removal of Ron Porter as chairman of the BVI Health Services Authority is likely to be discussed at an upcoming cabinet meeting, according to the Premier. This development follows reports that Health Minister Vincent Wheatley requested Porter's resignation via WhatsApp message. Porter, whose term is scheduled to last 3 years, has publicly refused to step down. Premier Wheatley recently offered limited responses on questions from the press surrounding the matter. He noted that board members can be removed under certain circumstances, citing the previous removal of former BVIHSA chairman Melito Smith in 2023.
Statutory boards are appointed by ministers, and based on the legislation, you can have other entities who have nominees. And of course, any member of a board who is appointed, their appointments can be revoked. And the revocation of appointments would be consistent with legislation, as well as the protocol that we establish for the appointment and removal of board members. So, of course, we have great appreciation for all members who agree to serve on boards. But depending on the legislation, depending on the protocols which we have passed, members of boards can be removed under certain circumstances. I wouldn't want to preempt any decision that Cabinet may make because, of course, Cabinet may have to consider that issue very, very shortly.
The BVI Health Services Authority Act 2004 allows for the removal of board members under specific conditions, including absence from meetings, disqualification, inability to discharge duties, or breach of appointment conditions. Health Minister Wheatley declined to comment on his reported request for Porter's resignation, promising to address the issue at a future press conference. He attributed the lack of BVIHSA meetings since July to challenges in receiving membership applications.
Since we've changed that policy where members have to apply, it has been a real challenge getting persons to apply for these boards. This board is one of them. We have to advertise time and time again saying you have to apply to sit on this board. We have had challenges with it. Hopefully we've re-advertised some jobs. Up to 3 times we advertised for positions. I have to go to communities and say, people, please apply for these positions. I can't appoint you. There's a process. You apply, you go through a vetting, you go through a grading, and then you do a cabinet paper to get the positions into cabinet. It's one of the failures of this current new system, Premier, where persons have to apply. Persons are not doing it. And this particular board is one that has suffered from that greatly. I don't come prepared to speak about anything with HLSCC today. I'll have my own press conference later on where you can come and ask me all the questions you want concerning HLSCC. I'm not prepared today.
Also in the realm of health, the British Virgin Islands Health Services Authority has announced plans to launch a nursing school in the territory. This initiative, expected to be realized by 2025, was disclosed by BVIHSA Chairman Ron Potter at a recent community meeting held in Virgin Gorda, where frustrations over healthcare services have reached critical levels. The proposed nursing school will be established in collaboration with H. Lavity Stouts Community College. According to Porter, this development is part of a broader effort to strengthen the local healthcare system and provide residents with reliable, quality services.
First of all, you talk about effectively developing medical professionals. I'm pleased to say that the Health Service Authority, in conjunction with the government, we're in the process of actually starting a nursing school in conjunction with the community college. And we expect that should start next year. So we have a number of persons within the Health Service Authority that we actually want to train within the nursing profession, because that's the linchpin for all of the medical services that we provide, is that as opposed to doctors, we need nurses and more nurses. So we are looking at that.
Potter also shared that discussions are underway for a partnership with an undisclosed medical school that would offer opportunities for aspiring doctors from the territory. This initiative could further enhance local medical education and reduce the territory's dependency on foreign doctors.
I've been in discussion with a medical school over the last year or so. Since I joined the Health Service Authority in March of 2023, we've been in discussion with a particular medical school. We've gone through several iterations in terms of what that medical school would look like. But hopefully within the next number of months, at least hopefully within the next year, we would have a medical school in place. That medical school would be a private entity. It would be recruiting its own students. But one of the things that we would be negotiating for is that if we could get a number of scholarships to that medical school, and as such place a number of our potential doctors and whomever within that medical school.
And viewers, with that, we take a quick break, but stay tuned because there is more when we return.
He hit me. Will CG cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby! I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream, and then we got crushed. Anyway, CG handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG Insurance. Good like that.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in physical therapy, occupational therapy, and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Well, am I covered?
Yeah, you're with CG. Remember when I was dabbling in knife-throwing bingo? Well, one night I won, but I also got a bullseye. No. In a beehive. I ran for hours. They caught me in the end, though. Anyway, I was covered, and I got to keep my trophy. Uh-oh.
Best medical cover for the price. CG Insurance. Good like that.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. Our team recently paid a visit to the HLSCC Community College to attend a mangrove education session with the HLSCC mangrove team and campers from this year's Kids and the Sea BVI program.
Katz is here with us today. We're teaching them about mangrove restoration or mangroves in general found here in the BVI, and also about plankton, which are important to our coastal ecosystems. Let me see the hands of those who have learned about mangroves before, whether that have been in school or you've been here at the nursery. Okay, nice. Very good. So I think when it comes to mangrove restoration, a large part of that, or one of the most important things about it, is education. Because without education, then people won't understand why we do the things that we do. As I mentioned, I am the manager of the CAMS Mangrove Nursery, and one of our main goals is mangrove restoration. During Irma and Maria, a few years ago, we would have lost a lot of our mangrove habitats. So one of our main goals is to go into these ecosystems that were damaged and try our best to rehabilitate them. We restore mainly red mangroves, but we've been branching out into the other types of mangroves. We lost 90% of our red mangrove habitats during those hurricanes. So throughout the years, we have community groups coming in, whether that be Rotary, Mail, YEP. A lot of times we have young people coming, and one of the things we do is teach them about the threats to our mangroves. And one of those threats would have been, especially here in the BVI, natural disasters. So our mangroves are important habitats. They are nurseries for fish. They act as filters, preventing sediments and pollution from entering our oceans and eventually other coastal ecosystems such as seagrasses and or coral reefs. So it is important that we protect them.
So somebody on the green team said this is a white mangrove, and she is correct. So when we look at the leaves, we see their oval shape, and then you see those two bumps that I mentioned, the nectaries. Nice. This is a buttonwood. Nice. Okay, so we see these seeds. Notice that they're round, button shaped. So this is our buttonwood mangrove. This is our black mangrove. So notice that the leaves are two-toned. Okay, so it's a different color on the underside of the leaf. It's a silvery green. And then upstairs we spoke about the seeds. You see the seeds are smooth, light green. These are the seeds of our black mangrove. You'll see a lot of red mangroves mostly. Yeah, red. You might see some blacks on the ground, and then we also have some sea grapes growing. So we start them off here, and then we would plant them out into habitats, okay, that have been damaged. If you look out into the water, you'll be able to see those cracked roots that are coming out of the water. Able to see those that green, waxy leaves. And then of course our seeds, those propagules, which are long and pencil shaped.
Meanwhile, after a record-breaking 2024 track season, Junior World Athletics champion, the BVI's own Adeja Hodge, is shifting gears to focus on her academics. More in this report.
The 18-year-old sprint sensation, fresh off her stunning performances at the Under-20 World Athletics Championships in Lima, Peru, is now setting her sights on achieving academic excellence during her freshman semester at the University of Georgia. Adeja Hodge, who made history by becoming the world champion in the women's 200-meter finals and secured a silver medal in the women's 100-meter finals, revealed in an exclusive interview with Tweet4 Media that she plans to take a well-deserved break from the track. For the next month, Hodge will be prioritizing her studies as she transitions to life at her new school in Athens, Georgia.
I have nothing else this season that relates to track. I'm just going to be a regular college student, going to class, buying Starbucks, and just studying 24/7. For the next month and a half, I have no practice, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Being a student athlete is not new. I went to a college preparatory high school, so I knew what to expect coming to college. I know how boarding or staying on campus would have been. In this chapter, I would like to have all A's in my courses and just have fun on the track and meet new people and just enjoy the college experience because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Adeja's achievements on the track this year have been nothing short of extraordinary. She reflected on her achievement of becoming the first British Virgin Islands athlete to qualify and medal 2 sprint finals in the same World Championships competition.
It feels amazing to be the first BVI athlete to attain 2 gold medals at the World Championship, the U20 World Championships, because it's been a goal of mine since I was very little, and I've journaled about this meet for about 2 years. So to see it unfold and come true is one of the best feelings ever. In some ways, the meet has soaked in, but I don't think my accomplishments have really hit me yet. I'm just going through life like how I normally do, going to class, cleaning my room, just doing things that a normal teenager would do at my age.
Hodge also created history by becoming the youngest female athlete to compete in the women's 200-meter event at the Paris Olympic Games, where she made the semifinals. She reflected on how her Olympic experience translated to her performances at the Under-20 World Championships.
Going into the meet, I know there was going to be a lot of eyes on me due to my performance at the Olympics, but I really didn't let that get to me. In the 100 final, I know I messed up in the semis, so I just know I had to stay calm and just get rid of all the nerves by just trusting the process and trusting in God. I wasn't nervous at all for the 200 because I know that's my favorite event, and for some reason I'm always comfortable in that one, not having nerves and not being scared. But I think the expectation wasn't really heavy on this meet because they weren't focused on me. They were more focused on the other big star Olympians.
As Hodge looks ahead to her academic and athletic future, she left a few words of advice for aspiring young athletes, particularly those looking to compete in multiple events at a single meet.
After the 100 rounds, my body in the 200 was actually very tired. I started to get a little sore, and I definitely had to ice every day. But my advice going into that to give to other people who would try to do multiple sprints is you have to have a mentality to say, even though I'm sore, I still have to go out there and give it my best, and I still have to do it to the best of my ability because it's going to hurt anyway. So just go out there and leave it all on track.
While Hodge takes a brief pause from competition to focus on her studies, the future looks incredibly bright for the young BVI sprinter. As she continues to excel both on and off the track, her journey serves as an inspiration to young athletes worldwide, proving that hard work, focus, and determination can lead to greatness. Reporting for Tweet4 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
And viewers, with that, we take a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us, there's more when we return.
Orange alert! Orange alert! Spreading across the BVI, the fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. The 45th Chess Olympiad, hosted in Budapest, Hungary, has been a remarkable event for the British Virgin Islands chess team. More in this report.
In an extraordinary round 5 performance on Sunday, September 15th, BVI Chess had a record-breaking day, achieving its highest number of individual and team wins to date, scoring an impressive 5.5 points. Both the women's and open division teams delivered standout performances, marking a significant moment in the territory's chess history. The BVI women's team, participating for the first time in Chess Olympiad, had a sensational day in round 5. 13-year-old Tiandra Skatlev became the first Virgin Islands female to score at a Chess Olympiad. In her debut on this grand stage, the Amersfoort High School student clinched her victory against her Grenadian opponent, highlighting the immense talent within the BVI. Jasmine Brito and Alexis Ganigan also led the charge with their individual victories, while Daniqua Masheni turned in her best performance of the tournament. In the open division, Jordan Hines, competing in his debut Olympiad, claimed his second win of the tournament in a tense match against Niger. Hines, a senior at the Amersfoort High School, first tasted victory in round 3 when he scored his first ever Olympiad win against Estelle Mabengo Priska of Senegal. Hines spoke about his strategy that led to his first win.
I didn't know much about my opponent, so I went in thinking, okay, just stick to the basics, and as my team said, simply play chess. So did that, went back and forth, attacking, defense, counter-attack, and eventually made my way up, won some pieces, and started to really aggressively play my opponent. Eventually, I trapped her in a position, and then I pushed my pawn, made a queen, and forced a checkmate. And here I am with a point.
So, how does it feel altogether? What's your Olympiad experience been like so far?
An experience for sure, I can tell you that. But it's only up from here, I can say. More victories to come, hopefully. This is my first one, my first Olympiad. And right now, I'm very happy. I know later I'll feel even better about it. So, only positive things from there, and this Olympiad will be an experience for me.
Simon Potter added to the team's success with a brilliant game that ended in victory, while Art Christopher's 5-hour marathon on the board resulted in a hard-earned draw. Chamoy Joseph also delivered an impressive performance, contributing to the team's best showing so far, and the BVI's first victory came in round 3 by the hands of John Samuel against Bermuda. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
17 swimmers from the BVI Barracudas swim team are presently in St. Thomas, USVI, to compete in their first official swim meet of the 2024-2025 season. Our Kamal Haynes caught up with the team during their final training session at the Cane Garden Bay Beach and filed this report.
Well, I'm presently here at the Cane Garden Bay Beach in Tortola, British Virgin Islands, where the BVI Barracuda swim team is making their final preparations ahead of their first meet of the 2024 to 2025 season. I had the pleasure of speaking to Coach Rebecca Knuckles, who gave us all the insights of how many persons will be going. She would have mentioned a record 17 to compete and bring home as many medals as possible. I'm joined by Rebecca Knuckles. She is the coach of the BVI Barracuda swim team, and we're here to speak about the highly anticipated swim meet this Saturday in St. Thomas. Welcome to 24 Media once more, Rebecca. What can persons expect as it relates to this contingent that we'll be sending down to St. Thomas on Saturday?
Thank you for having us again today. We've been training really hard for this meet. It's the first one of the season, so September is the new season for swimming. So this meet we have 17 swimmers, our largest team yet, going to St. Thomas. 4 of them are new swimmers, just joined the team, and we're excited to see what those swimmers can do, but also see what the swimmers who have been training for the last 2 years can do in this meet. I think this season's going to be a really good one for the BVI for swimming. Okay, and we do know from the past performances of some of these swimmers, they have done tremendously well in St. Thomas, and I believe St. Croix as well. And each competition, we continue to see a gradual improvement. What are the expectations for this particular swim meet? I'm excited to see the kids swim, do everything we've worked on in training, and I'm just hoping for them to get the best times they possibly can. I am thinking that we may be seeing some B and double B times on the time scale there for their age groups, because they did achieve those in St. Croix, and their last short course meet was in February, so their times are months old now. So this meet we should see a lot of time drops and hopefully some B, double B times, and nearing those A times would be wonderful to see. Okay, and speak about some of those seasoned swimmers that we're expecting some promising results from as well. Yeah, so we've got a number of the 8 and under group actually who are really up and coming swimmers for the BVI. You can see it when they're training, see it when they're competing. They now have the skills that you see some of the older kids have. So in breaststroke, we've got most of the team would be performing pullouts in the breaststroke at the start of the race, and the dives off the block have improved tremendously in the recent months. So I'm excited to see what they can do. A couple weeks ago, we went and trained in St. Thomas in the pool, so that was great for St. Thomas to allow us to have that time in the lead up to this meet, and I'm just excited to see that training, helping them in the pool this Saturday. Mm-hmm. And speak about that particular competition. What's the name of the competition, and as it relates to some of the other competing, whether it be countries or probably schools? Speak on the composition of this particular tournament. Okay, so this meet this Saturday is what is called a developmental meet. So it's the first one of the season. So St. Thomas will probably have new swimmers that we don't know. We have new swimmers they don't know. So it's kind of the first one for the season to kind of see what's going on with everything, and it's going to be exciting to see where this meet can lead the team, and I am hoping that we can get some times to take forward and go other places this season as well regionally. Okay, so in other words, this will consist mostly of competitors from St. Thomas, at least for this particular first meet. Yes. So the St. Thomas developmental meets is just us and St. Thomas. So that'll be for this one, and then October there's another meet that'll be us and St. Thomas, and then November then we're getting into the championships where St. Croix will fly down to St. Thomas, and depending on the times we get, there may be another meet in November that I'd love to get the kids to if it's possible. Okay, well, thank you so much, Rebecca. Viewers, this is obviously Rebecca Knuckles of the BVI Barracuda swim team. As she would have mentioned, it's all about the development swim meet on St. Thomas on Saturday, as the aim is to see if we can field some members of the BVI swim team to compete in the OECS championship later on this year. As she would have said, October is the cutoff deadline for that competition, so we will be wishing them all the best. I am Kamal Haynes on behalf of 24 Media reporting. Until next time, bye-bye.
And viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com, on our WhatsApp channel, the QR code for which should be on your screen. Like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, as well as Threads if you are over there. I'm Jacques Wooding, and I'm hoping you have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye.